on the live again. But again, where are they all located?
Um,
They near each other, or are they out?
they're relatively near each other. From you, they are about 40 feet away.
Let's see here. I think we'll do a gold, but I'm gonna make it with
Okay.
can only go out to 60. Or like 40 feet.
That is correct.
Okay,
You
good.
are still hasted, so if you wanted to, you could very easily move. Um,
To use my
you'd have to get a little bit close, but you could catch every single one of them.
stealth to move to that point and then blast out the cone of cold with acid.
Okay, cone of acid. Roll your damage. They have to make a con save. That is DC 20.
That's 43.
Okay.
Yeah, cone of cold is no joke.
Oh, yeah.
Cone of cold. I heard you like taking damage.
Right. 1, 2. One of them passes.
Oh,
Roll me a D8, but call it high or low.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Okay. So the one that passed was the one Nestor has already badly damaged. So
Oh no!
it dies.
Ooh!
Everything else takes how much? 43?
It was 43. Yes.
43. Everything else takes 43 damage.
Oh!
So next up is Senku.
Okay. I'm honestly going to focus on the corpse of the dragon, or at least the stuff coming out of the dragon's maw.
Okay.
Because I don't want any of those tadpoles producing any new frickin' mind flayers. So I'm going to start using my Eldritch. I'm going to start using my Eldritch Blast on them.
First off, can you see them?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Well,
right. The darkness
no, I
did
apologize. I apologize. You are still in the alleyway. You can't see any of this.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to approach and basically start nuking them.
You have the speed. You have the speed and the movement. You can absolutely start doing that. So,
I'm just
fire
sitting
some
over.
Eldritch blasts.
No need to roll?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll.
Attack roll?
Yeah. You produce four beams now, so you can make 4 attacks.
Yeah, and that's a d20 plus 14.
Yep.
All right, first roll is a 24 to hit.
Okay, that one hits.
23,
Second one hits.
22,
That one hits.
nat 20.
Okay. Roll your 4d10.
5d10.
4. You produce 4 beams.
Yeah.
Oh, I crit though.
Fair enough.
Ooh, 28 Damaggio into the pool, into the brine. 28 Damaggio into the brine.
Okay, so you just sort of point your palms down and go pew, 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 pew. And
Start nuking Start nuking tadpoles.
you're hitting multiple of these things with each beam.
And I'm killing them, ain't I?
Oh yeah. They have like 2 hit points.
Boom, 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 boom. And Senku, of course, says, "Hey, anyone want to join in?"
A little busy here.
No.
Okay. So next up is Leafa, who may or may not still be awake.
Leafa.
Probably.
She's probably sleeping because she's got work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Got
I feel
it.
awful now because I set up this fight at the beginning specifically so she could be part of it.
Aw.
And then Pippin just
Well, there was a lot of stuff going on. The dragon had a lot of things it could do, and it slowed the fight down a bit.
Yeah.
Pippin just kind of went all out.
Yeah, Pippin made it go away.
Here, I want that.
Senku asked.
Well,
True.
Yeah, there was a reason I action surged as well. I wanted it gone.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and this is why Senku is now busy vaporizing tadpoles.
When there's actual threats.
Forgive me for being kind of pragmatic here, but if we don't vaporize these tadpoles, these things will become even more of a threat.
These light flares at the moment are a little more of an issue at the moment. We can deal with those
Indeed.
later.
well, Perrin, it is your turn now.
Okie dokie. I know. the
Start moving
legit
marks
pro-
around.
Well, I can only move one at a time, sadly. Actually, no. Free action and bonus action. I can move both. So yes, I'm gonna mark one of them. No, they're all equally damaged, so it doesn't matter which one I mark. Just the same one.
Okay.
And let's shoot the marked one. Does a 21 connect?
Yes.
Okay, so that was disadvantage, and I now know I can roll anything as long as I don't roll a nat 1.
That is correct.
So I don't necessarily think these have enough hit points, so I'm just gonna roll my damage here. Okay, so that is 45 damage.
Okay. Another one that has one of the ones that was hit by the cone of cold. You thunk it in the neck with an arrow. Its neck like turns an awkward angle and it slumps dead.
Okay, so now we're shooting the next one, which is not marked. That's a hit, so that's a 23. And that will be 17 damage.
That one is still up.
That's another hit for 21 damage.
Now it's not.
Okay.
It's like
actually
shooting.
disadvantage. I know a 22 hits the next one, so 21 damage.
It is still up.
Does 18 damage take it down?
Yes.
It's
Okay,
like
that's
shooting
two more
fish in a barrel.
For me, yes, seems though I have to roll anything but a nat 1.
Yeah, their AC. These aren't even bog standard mind flayers. They're upped, and they have an AC of 17.
So yes, the only thing to stop me from hitting is a nat 1. And the lowest I rolled was a 2 on the die, so that made it 21 for the lowest.
He
Okay,
literally cannot miss.
So we're down to 5 mind flayers. No, I can miss, but I have to whiff so badly in order to miss.
Yeah, you just. Oh wait, you still got one more shot left, don't you?
No. I say unless I had action surge, in which case I'd have 3 more, with one being at disadvantage. But I don't have
you
action.
took 2 shots at disadvantage, right?
I took 2 at disadvantage and 3 regular.
Don't you have one more regular attack?
No.
Oh.
Haste gives me 2 because one at disadvantage, 1 regular. My regular one gives me 2 regular, 1 disadvantage.
Okay.
Total of 5.
Okay, well now it is their turn.
What about, oh yeah, Pippin. Pippin goes after them.
Yes, he does. So Pippin.
Yes.
Need to make 5 dexterity saves.
5
crap.
dex saves. Good lord.
Well, my dexterity is a 5 with advantage, so let's do this. First one's a nat 20, 25.
Okay.
Second one's a 9.
Give me a second. I need to see.
Technically, I think with Wind Reaper, I could have actually taken them all out. Yep.
So a 9 total.
I'm typing up. You said 9 of them?
I need you to make 5.
5? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 25, 9, 14, 20, and 24.
Actually, no, I played that perfectly fine. Well.
Okay, so you actually fail 2 of these things. Which means you take...
How's you going?
How much damage did you take, Pippin? How low are you?
Right now.
Not that low. What was that, son?
I'm calculating how much damage you took right now.
As I don't think he's anywhere near as squishy as any of the casters I've ever made. And then he's also higher level than any caster I've ever made.
Okay.
Oh.
Hang on. 29.
Technically, if I want to be more evil, I have the ability to, I think, with a bonus action, go invisible.
Okay.
Oh
You
shoot! I
take
forgot.
115. You take 115 damage.
115?
Yep. As 5, almost 5 near simultaneous fireballs explode very near you.
Wow, then.
How many of them did I take half damage for?
You took half damage on 3 of them. I calculated that already.
Okay, well, I'm using Shield Master to try to block some of them.
You can only block, that only applies to 1, correct?
It doesn't necessarily say. It just says if you're subject to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw to take only half damage, you can use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw.
So
Interposing your shield between yourself and the source of the effect.
you have to
My shield's already between myself and the effect.
you have to use your reaction to it, so you can only block 1.
I feel like it would be able to activate the multiple, but that's okay. Well, I mean, I could do it for 1. I don't think it's going to change anything.
So,
How much damage did it take if I did it for 1? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to absorb elements.
That does a lot more, yeah.
that would bump it down to 58.
I could survive 58. I lose concentration unless I make a net 20, or was that one time thing?
That's no, so that's actually going to be 5 different attacks.
Yes.
Oh.
It's 5 more saves.
So what are my saves? What were each of the attacks?
I still have them up. The first one was, that would be DC 14.
Okay, so I need a d20 plus 4 with advantage. I make.
The second one is well, you passed, but the first one would have been even lower. The second one is a 13.
I pass.
This one is
That did half the damage, thankfully.
the third one is 10.
I pass.
The fourth one is 17.
I pass.
The fifth one is 11.
I passed that one.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Absorb elements for the win.
Dude, absorb. That was a 5th level absorb elements too. They're about to take some damage.
And here's the thing: if you had not absorbed elements, most of those would have been double.
Oh no, I was downed if I didn't absorb elements. So, target takes an extra 5d6.
Yeah, they take
On my
extra
next
damage
attack.
now.
I believe it's just 1 regardless.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, at higher levels, when you cast a spell slot at level second level or higher, the extra damage increases by 1d6 for each slot above
But
first.
it's only one target.
Yeah.
really, I did not know that. That's kind of awesome.
Yep. I feel like nobody ever uses the extra damage, but it is nice.
Well, I never use it because I'm never in melee when I take the damage.
Yeah.
Then again, I also almost never take the damage anyways.
So that's them.
No, it should be Pippin's.
It is Pippin.
All right, how far away are they?
They are about 90 feet.
And they're all about 90 feet?
Roughly, yes.
Okay. So my question...
The furthest two will say are 100 and 110.
So how many... So if I... Theoretically, if I could run 90 feet, how many of them would I be able to hit? Like if I struck one with one attack, struck one with the other attack.
You could conceivably catch... I would say you could catch 2.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my movement to sharpen my blade. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to use my enhanced far step and teleport 90 feet. But I'm going to interrupt the teleport on the first guy and make an attack, and then finish it off on the second guy.
Okay, make your attack rolls.
This one is sharpened, so it's actually a 17 legitimately. First attack's a 33.
You mean 19 legitimately?
17.
Plus 17.
Yeah.
Oh, to your attack roll. I'm thinking like, wait, you crit on a 17? No, that's the lowest.
No.
Is an 18. I was mistaken.
What was my first attack? Did I say 33?
You didn't say your damage, so yeah. The head goes off.
No, that's not the damage.
Oh, that's a hit.
Yeah, 33 to hit. Well, okay, and then next one will be a 34.
Okay. Now you do have to roll damage on these. They're not,
Yes. This is still the radiant charged blade.
I'm aware.
So I'm doing 10 d8s. First one's 40. Second one's 51.
Thump. So you just sort of appear, cleave, disappear, disappear, reappear, cleave again, and
I feel like in my wake is like an ethereal Pippin made of red and gold lightning that is just streaking behind him.
That's fair. And you appear, you finish your movement before these things hit the ground.
I love Pippin's abilities.
I love the fact that you burned so many of them on the dragon.
And to think I still have a 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th level spell slot.
So now, Nyxor, it is your turn. There are still 2 left.
All right.
3 left, I'm sorry.
Basically, this Flame Tongue Defender, is it both, or do I have to choose?
You have to choose. So what Defender means is you can take that +3 to attack and damage, take it away from your attack and damage, and put it into your armor class. And that is a free action you can just do once per round, but it lasts for the entire round, including like opportunity attacks and stuff.
Because I'm liking proficiency, I could add proficiency attack.
That is correct.
That like everything?
Yeah. For every attack roll, you add your proficiency bonus. So you could, let's see, your movement speed is 60, plus you can dash for another. Yeah, you would easily be able to get in from where you are. You could easily close distance and attack 2 of these things and probably kill them.
Yeah, because I want to do a dual wield with the Defender and Stormtooth.
It's one weapon. Oh, you can't do it. Stormtooth, you need
Uh,
hands. It's a pole arm.
oh, because I thought we talked. Uh,
We did. You were. If we did, either I was being an idiot or you misunderstood.
well, maybe +2. Just take. Yeah, I guess. I want to do a dual wield.
Okay, now you are not proficient with a longsword, so
Oh, I'm not.
you're not proficient with a longsword.
Dang it!
You can use it, but it's not going to be all that good. One way or another, those things are going to die quickly.
You know what?
They're going to die, and it is going to be glorious.
Yeah, I think I'll take out the Scimitar and Defender. Get the +3.
Okay. So you said you're not turning the enhancement bonus to armor class. You're keeping the +3 to hit. Okay.
So
Proficiency,
that'll make
dexterity +3
proficiency.
plus dexterity.
That's a 11 + 3, 14. So I can attack up to 3 times?
Twice.
Wait, or twice. Yeah.
Don't forget haste.
That it is that he doesn't get
Okay.
extra attack like you guys do.
Okay, that's
Only on
Only with
Stormtooth.
Stormtooth. And even then, he doesn't get extra attack. He can attack as a bonus action.
So the max you could get would be 3 if he's dual wielding.
Correct.
I almost added that. That's 33.
Okay, so it's going to be 3d6 plus 8.
It's the first.
Well, you have 5 dexterity, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 3d6 plus 8.
That's a 19.
Okay. It's still up.
So I believe it's not dead.
That's a 29.
That second one will connect. Roll your damage.
It's a 24.
And it is now dead.
Okay. So the first one, you dig deep into its gut, and it's still up, but one of its long sinewy hands is holding in its innards, and you with a quick flick of your wrist, you slit its throat.
How many mind flayers are left?
2. Soon to be 1, because Nestor is once again going to turn his Shattering Pulse.
These guys are going a lot faster than I expected.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Once again, he brings it up to avoid people and just comes down. And he doesn't even get to the chest on this one. He gets to the head, and the pulse flies forward. and just there's not even a head. The head just
I say it ends it.
head and the body falls limp. There is now one Mind Flayer left. And Senku, it is your turn.
I'm going to keep making sure the tadpoles don't become new mind flayers. Because they are actually a threat.
No, they're not, and I have probably a very efficient way to deal with them.
You know what? What the hell? Let's retarget something. Let's target that other mind flayer that's still up.
Okay. What are you hitting him with?
The Eldritch Blast.
All right. You are well within range, so you get 4 beams. Make them count.
19.
That'll hit.
19 again.
You got 2 more attacks.
That's a nat 20. And that's
Okay.
a 17. Ties go to the defender.
All right.
So
you're still rolling 4d10.
Probably enough to knock it out.
I rolled a whole 10.
Well,
right. You fire your Eldritch Blast, and they splash into this thing. And Pippin.
Yes.
Heron.
Sick.
I'm sorry, Heron.
okay, so honestly, that thing was not a significant threat at this point. How many people are? Is there anyone within 10 feet of the dragon and the brine pool?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm actually. Wouldn't I be within 15 feet?
You're within 5 feet of the dragon's mouth.
You mind if I move? Because I see what Heron's about to do.
With the reaction, maybe? Like half your movement?
Yeah. I mean, I do have haste.
Maybe half of original movement?
Yeah, I'll let you use your movement.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Senku just says, "Uh-oh."
So, this is where the fun begins. All right. So, technically, I don't even need to know if I hit or miss because the spell, which does AoE out to 10 feet away from the target, does 2d8 minimum damage. I'm going to cast Lightning Arrow. And so that is a 26 to hit. And I'm aiming directly at the brine pool.
Oh, and salt water is conductive. Oh.
Doesn't
work in this game
that way.
Yeah, that's a 26 to hit.
You totally connect.
So the whatever is directly hit takes 11 damage. Everything around it takes 12. Although they can make a dexterity saving throw to have that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're friggin' tadpoles.
I was like, they have 2. The reason I did that is first, that only takes a singular part of my attack action. So even with disadvantage, that was a 26 to hit. And that's a bonus action. And so that annihilates the tadpoles as a potential threat. And oh hey, look, Mr. Mind Flayer. That's a hit. For 25 damage.
And it's dead.
Yeah, it
Calm yourself, Senku.
Yep.
There's NQ. Are you happy with the tadpole problem?
Yes,
right
I am
through-
very much happy with the tadpoles, though we should still make sure.
Goes through one of its. It goes through one of its eyes, flies through the head, sticks to a tree before, discorporating and evaporating into nothing. And the Mind Flayer just stands stock still and then just falls over stiff and rigid.
Actually, I messed up, but it was near maximum damage. That was 2 off max damage because there was an extra 6 that I forgot about, or an extra D8 I forgot about.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's still
But I
there.
know it doesn't matter. I was like, I should get rid of that because the Colossus Slayer technically would fire on that one. But yeah, so your tadpole threat is handily dealt with.
Wait, really? It's just gone?
Yes.
Yeah, because that was a lightning arrow that hit anything within 10 feet of before the arrow landed.
And it landed right in the center of the brine pool.
Yes, it did.
Not quite as accurate as I wanted with the roll, but it's good enough.
So,
There's a reason I was willing to throw that just to make you happy. That and I don't use those spell slots enough.
Senku,
yeah.
make me a perception check. Actually, no, you couldn't see that, so never mind. Never mind.
Who could?
I'm also trying to figure out what this perception check would be. Actually, it wouldn't be a perception check. I need Pippin,
Yes.
Nyxor, and Perrin to make insight checks at disadvantage.
Oh, fun.
That is a 6, regardless of if it was advantage, disadvantage, or regular.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, I got a 9.
Of course, I would roll a pair of 3s.
Mm.
And have plus 3s.
I only have +2.
Nyxor?
That's still a 25. I rolled a 20 and then the 19.
Okay, Nyxor, DM chat, please.
Oh boy.
This is one of those things where you didn't notice it at the time because there was stuff going on, but now that things are calming down, you think back to those fireballs that Pippin was hit with, and none of them, like, he was not in the he was precisely at the edge of every single one while he was next to the dragon. Something about that bothers you.
So, like, he had an ability that able to.
No, you have no idea. You can't tell. Like, you can't put your finger on it, but something about that seems strange. Also, no. That's all I'm going to give you. That is all I'm giving you right now.
Okay.
That we can go back to the others.
You had dex saves and 8d8 of damage.
That's really good.
But I only have one 5th level spell slot for you.
Hmm.
Hello
Gotcha.
there.
So,
Not
Nestor,
part of the reason why you put 656 in Mifa's channel.
Nestor walks over. He lets the energy from the shattering pulse just sort of fade away. He says, "I expected there to be more to it than that."
So did I.
Something about Pippin being hit by the fireballs.
Yes.
Have returned.
Something about that just seems odd.
Really?
Go on.
That's all I know. It seems odd. I can't wrap my head around it.
He said something. Something about the compound cathexis.
Indeed.
Yeah, that was what I had caught on to.
Yeah, didn't we hear something about that back from our old friend Shrivel?
Anyone?
As far as I... What?
Sorry. You first.
I was like gonna say, as far as I know, no.
Well, anyone who wants to can make a history check.
Hey,
Can
that's an
try.
11.
I can try.
I highly doubt I know it because that's only an 11.
Well, I mean, you will know a little bit about it.
Well,
Why not?
next is yeah, that one.
Let me roll. Let me see what I can do.
Don't even try. It's only a 4 total.
32! I rolled a 32.
You know everything.
Personally, out of character, I don't think we have.
I don't think I remember hearing that, but at the same time, it's worth a shot. Besides, the Shrivel we were talking to is definitely not the Shrivel that was really Shrivel.
Indeed. So first off, Thunder, I sent you a DM.
Ooh.
Second off, here's what Senku is able to drum up about compound cathexis. It was a mind flayer camp that grew so powerful it facilitated the presence of an elder brain. You can't remember the details, but it was full. It had one of the most insidious traps ever devised by anything. Minsouth, Mira, and that whole company, it took almost all of them physically present to clean it out.
Quite a lot of that.
But they did. And they fought and defeated an elder brain that was so smart and powerful. Normally an elder brain sits in this brine pool and it can't move. Well, this elder brain was smart enough and crafty enough to enhance and enchant the brine pool with numerous magical item effects. To the point that he could actually, move around and fly.
Sir will pipe up. The placement of those fireballs, well, too.
Now, Pippin and Pippin alone can.
What?
Pippin and Pippin alone can make an. Actually, yeah, Pippin and Pippin alone can make an insight check.
Insight check?
Insight check at disadvantage.
13.
13?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you got nothing.
Yeah, too bad I couldn't help.
Nestor shrugs and says, "Hey, Senku, you can't do everything."
True.
Lifa appears, and shortly thereafter you hear the clanging of armor as about 50 elite Norlean guards come marching into the square. And form a perimeter. Like they start cordoning people off. One of the elven guard captain that escorted you, that first arrived outside Melibus's property, runs up to you, gives you a stiff salute, and says, "We saw the entire commotion. You killed it."
Did if we didn't, it would have turned Buddy one of those, point to the mind flayer.
I am knowledgeable about it. I'm knowledgeable about what they are. He looks at it with disdain.
Perrin here took out the brine pool that this thing was forming.
Well done.
Yeah, it was forming a brine pool from the stuff in its mouth. Thankfully, Perrin took out the brine. Thankfully, Perrin took out every single critter in that brine pool. As far as we know.
Down, looks at the sludge and just ugh. Oh. And then he turns to you, Pippin, and he immediately shouts, "Medic!"
Could I place down a Aurora of Vitality?
You could, yes.
So that means anybody that heals takes max.
Oh boy.
So this, clearly a cleric, a gnome cleric trots up, breathes a little heavily, looks at you, Pippin, and says, "Looks like you took the brunt of this fight."
I can take it and I can dish it, but it hurt.
Claps his hands together.
I can help.
I would love that.
The cleric looks at the cleric turns to you. The cleric turns to you, Senku, and just make an insight check, Senku.
Oh boy.
Turns to you and goes, "Really?"
28.
Is this really necessary?
20. He looks at you. He seems he looks at you when you say that. You have insulted him.
Senku?
Can I roll insight as well
For what?
to see if I recognize that as well?
Yeah, sure.
Never
Sorry.
mind. I don't realize I get like a 4.
Yeah, Senku blushes and he says, sorry.
You should be.
So what just happened?
Doesn't matter. And this cleric presses his hands to your chest, and you heal 70 hit points.
Woo!
Thank you.
Okay.
That brings
Slightly
me
hurt.
to that like heals like 30% of his wounds. Like that's a lot better. That feels a lot better.
As my bonus action,
Is there a medical tent nearby I could just go sleep in?
He's like,
Add a
cleric is like,
6 to it.
okay,
That's
He's
from
like-
the Aura Vitality.
I am the medical tent.
Okay.
You said all healing is maximized in this aura?
Seeing that, but
Or of vitality?
thought that was I watched.
Let's see. Or of vitality.
I listened to Critical Role, and it's like one of their spells they have.
Healing energy radiates from you in a 30-foot radius. You can use a bonus action to target one creature in the aura to regain 2d6 hit points.
Okay. So there must be some other effect. Anyways, heal. He's like, I am the medical tent. Rubs his hands together again, presses them to your chest. Heal 40 more.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, 45 more.
Even better. It's like, all right, only 73 more to go. How much is everybody else hurting?
I'm only
I'm a
missing-
little hurt, not much.
I'm missing.
I'm a little hurt too. I have 110 out of
I can't remember.
154.
I can't math right now. Hold on.
About
Everyone's
129 of 202.
I'm
Everyone-
202 of 202.
What, son?
I said everyone took a little bit from the maddening darkness, but no one else really did any. No one else really got hurt from this thing.
That's good. That was Pippin's intentions.
Pippin, take another 20.
Plus another
thank you.
30 more because this cleric hits you with another spell, and he's like, I can keep going, but I'm tapped out of the big stuff.
Well, I only need the little stuff.
I only need little stuff myself.
23 more and I'm good. Let's see, how is my Wand of Cure Wounds? Yeah, if you want to heal me up, I'll accept it. But I do have some small healing as well. If you want to save it for some of the other people. I don't know what spells you have or how many you have, but
third level
I think
spell and heal you 17. He'll heal you 22 more.
Okay, that's all but 1 hit point. That is fine. Thank you. Now I just have like a stubbed toe.
Huh.
Perrin heal 28.
I'm at full.
Yeah, I'm down 44 hit points, but other than that...
Well, he trots over to you. Heal 19.
Oh, nice. That puts me at 129 out of 154.
And then 21 more.
Woohoo!
Niagara.
Okay. I am 4 out from full.
Yes.
20 hit points.
Ooh. I'm pretty close. That's like 2 away.
And he's like, I'm not gonna worry about that. Nestor heals for 21. So again.
What the heck?
My intelligence is a 2.
Yep.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
Wow. I rolled a 17 and a 19, so 19.
What?
Like, I rolled a 17, so plus 2 is 19.
Okay.
So he rolled a 19.
Well, I also rolled a 19, which would have been 21.
I need you in the DM chat.
Nice.
Hey, Nyax, sorry, is your net burning again?
Hey, what?
Has your net been messing up?
My computer.
Oof.
Has it been a minute yet?
Oh yeah.
Metal. Huh. Cleric, I have an odd question.
He turns, snaps to attention, and says, "Yes, sir."
Then walks over, grabs one of the mind flayers. Can you bring this back and kill it real quick?
He looks at you and chuckles and says, "The short answer is no. I used my most powerful spell to heal you. Even if I could cast, well, even if I could cast Resurrection today, which I can't, I don't think the treasury would would splurge 1,000 gold. Would splurge on the material components, the diamonds needed to perform that spell."
You have one more diamond, don't you, Ixor?
I think it's only a 300 gold piece, though.
What are you planning, Mr. Pippin?
One diamond, but
if we bring the guy back and kill it, I can get questions. I can get answers.
The problem with that diamond is it's only enough for Revivify.
It's annoying.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I'm not exactly keen on bringing one of these things back.
I could have gotten questions, or I could have gotten answers.
Nestor shrugs. Answers about what?
Why they did what they did. They didn't target me with the fireball. They were targeting something else. I was just hit as byproduct of the blast.
Don't know if they would know or not.
Well, it doesn't matter if they would know or not. They did it they missed on purpose. I'm not asking the person, I'm asking the mind flayer.
What's he gonna tell you? I'm dead?
I could speak to its soul. But I can only do it within 6 seconds of after its death.
You just see Senku
thing
wince.
is, I Revivify.
It's
Well, guys,
well, you can't even do the revivify. It's been over a minute. I would have paid for the extra crystal anyway. But darn. Can I investigate the area?
You certainly can.
Can I help?
You certainly can.
So help means advantage?
Indeed.
That is an unnatural 20.
The blast radius extends 20 feet. It's a 20-foot radius, just like a normal fireball. It's a big 40-foot diameter spear. It goes up to and a little bit into a storefront. Glass is shattered. Some wood is charred, but it didn't ignite. The steps were, as I said, exposed to a lot of heat and slightly melted, but they're still like they cooled quickly enough that they're not a river of lava. Doesn't appear to be anything special or noteworthy here.
Sounds like it's a pretty high investigation check.
It was a 20.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty high investigation DC.
Oh, you're incredibly confident that you're pretty confident that there is nothing here.
Okay.
Is this both me and Pippin, or just Pippin?
Yes. This is both you and Pippin.
Anyway, guess we're reporting this to the guys up top.
What exactly do you mean by that?
I mean, I was wondering if the if the guards are going to be reporting the incident to the top brass, if you will.
The guard captain, looks at you with a smile and says, "Of course. Fortunately, you saved us from a lot of paperwork. We'll see to it the damage. We'll see to it the damage claims are filled out. And pre-construction of this building will begin."
Good. Senku rolls his shoulder. That was brutal.
I'm gonna go take a walk to the magic shop.
Yeah, we were
5
planning
minutes.
on going to the shop.
Pippin's just gonna start walking off.
You start walking off, and then you realize right behind you is the magic shop.
Pippin turns around and he starts walking to the magic shop.
Axor falls.
The shopkeep pokes his head out from the back of the store, runs forward, jumps, and vigorously shakes both your hands. And says, gestures, I would be I'm going to be closed for the rest of the day for everybody, but you guys are the exception.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just want a magic shop. Magic
saved my
items are
life.
nice.
You saved my life, and more importantly, you saved my store.
Magic items are a nice stress reliever. I'm tired of being attacked by monsters. Though, I'm getting used to this power, I think.
I think we're all getting tired of being attacked by monsters.
Alright, let's see what you got. I'm always on the search for new items.
Got a few things I could sell. Probably get items to buy.
So is everyone going in?
Sure.
Oh, why not at this point?
Yay!
Okay, what you guys looking for?
So, I have a few things in mind that I'm looking for, just in case you don't have one of them. There's the Ring of Spell Storing, Rod of Absorption,
Hey Pippin, weren't you itching for Snicker snack?
Oh, what?
What?
Snickers bar? What's
I
a
know what.
Snickers
No,
bar?
I know exactly what he's talking about.
That's great. What?
What?
Please elaborate.
He's okay. Out of this requires an out of character discussion.
I never heard of
the Vorpal sword, or like the word Vorpal comes from the poem Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll.
Never heard of it.
Fun fact, Lewis Carroll was actually the original writer of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
This is also true.
That's cool.
But it is a very nonsensical poem, but the Vorpal blade is from that. It was just sort of pirated by D&D.
Gotcha.
And one of the lines says the Vorpal blade went Snicker snack, or Snicker snacked.
That is 100% correct.
I mean, a Vorpal blade would be cool, but those things are dang expensive.
Yeah, but if I remember
and rare.
correctly, you were jonesing for one a while back.
I still am, and that dragon has it. I'll get my Vorpal blade if it's the last thing I do. I will either claim it as my prize or die at its side. But I will get that blade and take back that school.
Basically, I'm trying to save up for a 25,000 BP diamond.
Well, I am on the lookout for a ring of spell storing because I need a little more utility. I have a lot of raw attacks. I don't have a lot of utility.
I'm gonna go up to the clerk or whatever it's called.
The cleric.
The clerk.
The person that's running the store.
The clerk.
Yeah. The owner or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
Let's see here. Surprised I didn't sell this +1 studded leather. Think I'll sell the +1 studded leather. Got a quarter staff I've been holding on to that I don't need. I think I'll just sell the +2 longsword.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got a cloak of protection and a longsword +2 to sell as well.
Okay.
Or to trade, depending on what he's got.
Not too sure if they're willing to buy a Ring of Mind Shielding.
He looks at that and his eyes go wide.
Isn't that loaned though?
It is? Wait.
From Min-South? Might want to wait to ask Min-South about that one.
Yeah, I probably should ask him.
Okay. Well. So.
Though I do have the scroll of if I that's
correct.
Yeah, you don't have that scroll anymore.
So okay. So we have a +2 longsword.
A
and
+1
protection.
well, +1 studded leather and a +2 longsword.
Well, the +1 studded leather, he'll give you 75 gold for. The +2 longsword, he will give you for. He will take for 250 gold.
And
The Cloak of Protection,
Yeah.
yeah,
he will also sell you that for 250.
So I get 500 gold.
Yep.
575.
Well, you don't get 575. You get.
I sold those 3 things though.
Oh, you also sold a Cloak of Protection?
Yes.
Oh. I sold one too. I was confused.
Okay.
I sold a Cloak of Protection and also a longsword.
Yep.
That's where I was confused. I was like, you don't get my money. I missed the part where you were selling one too.
Yep. You were saying it at the same time. Probably.
Okay, well, my good sir, what magic items do you have?
You were looking for a ring of spell storing?
I am.
He's like... How much are you willing to spend?
Well, it is a rare item. I know they can go for around 5,000 gold.
Indeed. The normal ones...
The normal ones. I'm intrigued.
He goes to the, he goes, wait one moment. He turns and goes into the back of his shop. And he comes out with, he's clearly cast Mage Hand because he's carrying like this pillow that two rings are set in. One is this, what looks like a very intricate, it almost looks like it's carved out of a ruby. It shimmer like it doesn't shimmer with light from within, but it does shimmer. And the other one looks like a conventional ring of spell storing, but it looks like it's carved out of a solid chunk of platinum.
Oh.
With very intricate golden filigree depicting a gold dragon.
Ooh.
Normal ring of spell storing can hold up to 5 spells.
Yeah.
This one, and he points to the platinum one, can hold 7. Actually, I apologize. These, he points, can hold 10.
Interesting.
And this one, he pulls out the ruby, says, can be used. The magic is so powerful, it doesn't require, it is just a natural conduit. It doesn't require forging a connection to it.
Oh. So the ruby is like a normal ring of spell storing, but doesn't require attunement.
And it holds up to 10. It holds 10 levels.
Okay, and then the one with the golden dragon on it can hold up to 10 levels, but it requires attunement.
Correct.
Okay. Well, how much are you looking for the ruby? I assume a lot.
You assume correctly. These are legendary in their rarity. This one, he gestures to the ruby, is 100,000 gold.
Oh.
The other 75,000.
Yikes.
Oh my goodness.
How much was the platinum one again? Out of character?
75,000.
Hot dang.
To say, I do have the conventional Ring of Spell Storing as well. And I would be willing to sell you that for 4,000. I normally sell it for 5, but you did kind of save my life and my store.
How much it was the belt? The belt of Fire Giant strength was like only 25,000.
Yes.
Jeez. And can you explain how exactly the belt or the Ring of Spell Storing works? You said it holds 5 spells?
Normal Ring of Spell Storing holds 5 spells. Each of these hold 10.
Well, how does that 5 spell holding work? How, like, when I cast it?
So it can hold up to 5 levels of spell.
Yeah, so you can hold 5 first level spells, or 2 seconds and a first, a
Or
third and a second,
4 and a
fourth
1,
and a
five.
fifth one, and a 4 or
Yeah.
5.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's difficult. I have absolutely no way of getting the platinum ring unless you take barters and paybacks. A Sunblade, a belt of Fire Giant strength, and 13,000 gold.
Gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this right out the gate. You're in a corporatocracy, a corporate-run society. Haggling is right out of the question.
Yeah. You guys got combined. How much is the Sunblade? 25,000.
I have 11,000 that I can let you have, Pippin.
Trying to just.
I mean, I have 16,000.
True Resurrection.
But yeah.
Ah, yes, True Resurrection.
A very ballsy spell indeed.
Yes.
It's like I got Belt of Fire Giant Strength, a Sunblade with a combined value of about 35,000. 13,000, 14,000 my own. So that's 35, 45, 50,000.
You do realize I have to make a profit. Sunblades are about 25,000. In the interest of turning a profit, I could only realistically, the highest I could really offer you for it would be. And he pulls out an abacus. Most I could realistically offer you for it would be 19,000.
That's about double what I was calculating.
Ordinarily, it'd be 12. Again, I'm throwing you guys kind of a bone, so.
And what did you say for the Belt of Fire Giant Strength?
Ooh.
Can I roll like a persuasion or something?
So is it just going to be a lot of downtime now?
Well, maybe. It kind of depends. A lot of this kind of depends on what you guys do. Why? You're thinking of bugging out?
No, not really.
So I'm still, I'm probably looking at the health potion. I really don't know what. I don't know how you guys.
And this
Other
guy knows
stuff.
a lot about magic items, doesn't he?
He very
Oh,
much
yeah.
does.
I
So how
don't-
much was the belt of Fire Giant Strength?
It's like that. I could give you about 21,000 for.
So 19,000 for the first one. Hold on. Plus 21,000 plus 13,000. Sorry, 14,000. So I'm at 54,000 out of the 75,000.
Nestor shrugs and says, we should put a pin in this because we actually stand to make a whole lot more money.
That's fair. I'll go ahead and I'll spend 5,000 now for the Ring of Spell Storing, and then I'll come back later to buy the rest.
He's like, you can. I'll take it for
4,000? Okay.
4,000. He's like, I'm willing to shave off $1,000.
I appreciate it.
By the way, your friend is right. That was a dragon out there, right?
Yeah.
What do all dragons do?
I guess they do hoard gold.
Precisely.
They
Let's go see if we can't find some gold.
Yes, they build layers and treasure gold.
And
Was anyone else looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, Senku is just sort of looking around.
Oh.
He's just entertaining himself.
I was also curious if he had a Rod of Absorption.
And then when he mentions the whole hoarding gold thing, he's just, oh, great.
It's like, had, past tense.
Nah.
Sold it to
They're
a...
dead.
Go ahead.
As said, they're dead.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Senku, we've
Sold it to an elven woman and her half-elf daughter. Really creepy pair.
Wonder why they would want that.
Wait. Did they happen to tell you their names?
Oh, you mean the Bloodmires? I know them. I could recognize them anywhere.
He shrugs and says, I never got their name. They were cordial enough, loaded with cash.
Sounds like the Bloodmires.
Yeah, definitely
Probably
sounds
chilling.
like the Bloodmires.
Wonder why they need a Rod of Absorption.
I don't know, but
Let's how long does
Senku,
attunement take?
we've dealt
That-
with plenty of caves before.
So the Rod of Spell Storing will have a spell already in it, right?
Not always.
Okay. Well, let's go. I
Well,
wanna
hey
come back
now,
to that
I'm
one
still
with the Golden
shopping
Dragon.
here.
Oh,
But
true.
patiently waiting my turn.
Don't worry, this'll wrap up fairly soon, fairly quickly.
Yeah, I'm
We can get back to more story and interesting stuff.
Crispin
I'm-
says he's fading.
Yeah, I was saying I'm fading fast, so I
Oh,
woke up super early today.
I mean, if you have to leave, you have to leave. I'm not gonna make you stick around. But there is still plenty more stuff to do around here.
Oh yeah.
So with that, in the interest of stepping things along, Perrin, Nyexor, and Senku can just send me messages regarding the stuff they want or the stuff they're potentially looking for, and I will deal with those over the course of the week.
And I'm not really looking for anything.
I'm not looking for anything.
You should look for a ring of free action. Thank you. Immunity to paralyzation.
A ring of free action means immunity to paralysis?
And
Means
I
a couple things.
if it's what I think it is, it might even protect against grappling.
Oh god, I gotta see this.
Well,
It also takes away half movement on difficult terrain, so you can walk normally.
Well, moving on from that,
Yes.
he doesn't even necessarily have to worry about that. He could just put an infusion of either far step boots, so he gets a 15-foot teleport as a bonus action, or just boots of flying.
Yeah, but the paralysis and stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys exit the store, and as you do, you see a crowd, or just before you exit the store, you hear gasps and a few shrieks.
Senku
from
basically.
the crowd, more out of surprise than fear.
Oh, what's going on?
Going
I
on.
think they spotted the thing.
No,
The dragon.
you guys turn to look. Dragon's gone.
Oh, what?
Where did the dragon go?
Christ almighty.
One of them just shrugged. It vanished. It vanished right before our very waking eyes.
It did what?
Ugh.
It disappeared.
That cult and their shenanigans. Or it was the Bloodmires.
Sneaking
Strange.
suspicion it might be the Bloodmire.
Oh no.
I'm still hedging my bets that they're turning over a new leaf.
Pippin and Nyexor can roll me insight checks.
18.
18 is good.
So that's only discipline. Check.
Correct. You got a 6?
No, that was just... That's a 25.
Both of you DM chat yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, sure. So well done on the speediness. Now it all clicks for both of you. Why the mind flayers, when they threw their fireballs, were so precise in hitting them with their hitting Pippin at the edge of their radius, because Pippin was directly adjacent to the dragon.
So they tried to hit the dragon?
No, they were precisely trying to avoid the dragon and just catch you.
Oh.
Because they could have something, they could revive the dragon and put another mind flayer in it. Or the
not
Bloodmires can
exactly.
take it.
Pippin, and you guys can both roll. You can roll me Hana or Nature.
That's a 33.
Okay.
I'll go
You can roll me Nature.
+9. That's a net.
Okay. The two of you are both. You guys know enough about dragons that they are innately magical creatures. And some of them are so innately magical they can learn to cast spells. You guys are both familiar with a spell now called Death Ward.
Oh boy.
Which one's Death Ward?
Death Ward is a 4th level spell. Has a duration of 8 hours, doesn't require concentration. If something drops to 0, or if something dies, it just drops to 1 hit point.
Oh.
Great.
Well, the question is, did it drop to 1 hit point before one of my last attacks went off? Because then it would have dropped to 0, dropped to 1, and then been killed again.
Uh,
Because if it died on my 9th attack, it would have gotten hit by my 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Indeed. And the short answer is you just don't know.
Sen's like, I might have messed up, so you just don't know. I'm kidding. I'm tired. Like, yeah.
So it's at this point, yeah, you realize that it was just waiting and biding its time to flee.
You know, after I killed it, I had a feeling like Pippin. I wanted Pippin to just stab it one last time for good measure, and I should have done it. I should have just done it.
I had a different plan in mind in case you did that.
I know.
So with that, we can go back to the others.
It wasn't dead.
Ward.
Death Ward.
Death Ward.
Oh,
So,
great.
It might be dead. I wailed on it enough times it might have died during like my 7th or 8th attack, but I don't know. I think Death Ward.
So we're going to have to deal with this thing again.
Probably.
Yep. That would explain its state.
That makes sense.
But hey.
We really need to learn to actually...
I don't think it would have mattered.
But hey.
Question. Where exactly would an Elder Brain want to go?
It's a dragon. It will have a lair.
Well, it's also had past...
The dragon had a lair before the brain took over. The brain's not going to go back to the dragon's lair. It's going to go back to its crypt where its worms are.
Yes. And just where would that be?
I don't care
Anyone
about that.
wanna
I want the
guess?
dragon crypt full of gold.
Yes, gold, please. Let's go to
I was
the
like,
dragon
might
lair.
as well deal with the dragon lair because the crypt. While that's going to be a threat eventually,
Yeah.
we can prepare ourselves first.
I swear,
Okay.
we really
A lot
got to
of
make
things-
sure.
Thank you. Thank you. A lot of things we need right now are super expensive. We need gold. Where is that gold? In a dragon slayer.
Might as well free the gold.
Yeah.
Let's
think
liberate the gold and get our stuff.
I think I'm gonna have to call it for now. My new medicine's making me really tired.
That's fine.
Aw.
Well, that means both Leafa and Pippin are out.
For now.
Hey, buddy.
This was fun.
I'm glad.
Indeed.
There's so much that there is so much more I have in store for you guys, and so we will absolutely continue playing for the next 40 minutes or so.
Nice.
So
Well-
sleep well. I'll give you a recap of what
Okay.
is coming. I'll give you a
Sounds
recap
good.
of what happens tomorrow.
And tomorrow, I bought some of the A2A2 chocolate milk if we want to make some shakes tomorrow.
Oh, heck yes.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh,
Go.
before you
shoot.
go, 3, I
Yeah.
got a Daisy.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I got Empyrean instead.
Oh,
Galactic Survival?
Yeah.
Dude, you and
I'm
I should
trying it
totally
out.
play that.
I am totally down. I'm kind of on a Daisy kick though, but I'll hit you up when I play more Empyrean. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed.
Days to die kick.
Yeah. Anywho, I'll talk to you guys later.
Sleep well.
Daisy's a zombie survival, but
I'll,
it's
de-
different.
I'll definitely be getting it one day. Anyway,
Oh.
see ya.
Anyways, back at the plot.
Meanwhile, back at the plot.
Everyone can go ahead and make me Arcana checks.
Oh, this will suck. Yeah, that's
Oh, Arcana check, he says.
Yes.
I'm right
That's a
there with
29.
you, Perrin.
That's a 29.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Another 20!
Nat?
23!
Okay. Perrin, what about you?
Yes, it's a
Eight.
nat 20.
Okay. Here's what you guys realized and put together. There was a moment when that thing tried to whap somebody with one of its tentacles that it shimmered a bit and it went from purple to silver. And you realize with much chagrin that the dragon that before this thing became an elder brain dragon, it was a silver one.
Oh, great.
Silver and silver dragons are probably one of the nicest and they're the most curious about humanoid races of the metallic dragons. They're really good ones. They will make friends out of multiple generations of a family.
And we just beat one up.
Well,
it wasn't a silver dragon at this point. It was something utterly evil.
yes.
Fair
It
point.
if it was a silver dragon, it probably would have been talking to us rather than trying to kill us.
Indeed.
A fair point.
But silver dragons, if you bear with me for just a moment. So, silver dragons make their lairs on secluded, cold mountain peaks. Though they can be comfortable in natural cavern complexes or abandoned mines. They also
Okay.
covet lost outposts of humanoid civilization.
Oofda.
And that is what you recall about where a silver dragon might roost.
That's going to be quite the pain.
Um, Everyone can go ahead and make me it would be a history check.
That's 16.
Okay.
That's a 26.
That 19?
Okay. All of you actually figure this out. There are a few places that kind of fit that bill. It's kind of it's kind of an unorthodox place. It's kind of an unorthodox place, but a very lucrative mine, such as the one in Decanus, rather fits that bill. You explored a few fairly grand caverns where you fought some drow at the base of the Ashcroft Mountains. There are numerous peaks in those mountains that might be home to a silver dragon. Just because you fought the dragon here doesn't mean its horde was here. This is where the Mind Flayer took it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or I should say the Elder Brain took it.
Hey guys, wasn't Genu a silver dragon? Isn't Genu a silver dragon?
Nestor's, you almost see Nestor's eyes start to tear up, and he's like,
I would have known if it was.
would we?
I don't think an older brain would really care if we knew one.
Yeah, but I think we, out of character, would have rolled it.
Would you have?
Seen them.
What did we see? And what was it? And what did it look like? An elf guy who transformed?
Yeah. Actually, I think it was a gnome.
Didn't Genu turn into a gnome?
In his form, yes. But we've seen the silver dragon form.
Yes, you have.
If he was a gnome, and that dragon was a gnome,
Doesn't
Before-
necessarily mean yes, but it doesn't give you that give us that possibility.
Nestor's like, I don't even want to think about that.
But the dragon was a dragon. It didn't turn to anything else.
No, it did start out as a gnome, and it was engaged in a fairly scientific discussion.
About mind flayers and dragons.
if that was
how would a mind flayer take over a dragon?
if that was Genu, then this just got personal.
It's always been personal, Senku.
Indeed.
The very thought of Genu being turned into a mind flayer's an elder brain's plaything, you actually see Senku's fist start to shake.
Plus plaything and more vehicle.
I don't care what it was. If
Nestor looks at both of you and says, both terms are fairly appropriate here.
if that is Genu, then we got to figure out how to get that elder brain off him without killing him.
Here's the thing. It's whatever Nestor, breathes a deep sigh. Whatever that was, it wasn't. It's whatever that is. Rather, it isn't Genu. Not anymore. It's a husk.
It doesn't matter. He's our friend, and we've got to get that thing off of him.
It's already gone.
If
His brain's been probably sucked out.
If that is even Genu, then it doesn't matter what we do. Even if we somehow manage to save Genu, he's not, or remove it from Genu, we'd likely be left with a corpse. No other way of putting it.
And then that's when Senku says, then it looks like we've got to get a 25,000 gold point diamond, don't we?
I'm trying to get that for us.
That's not something you come across every day, Senku.
Dude.
It is a lot harder to get than you think.
I know. Believe me, I know. But he needs it more than we do. If that's Genu,
Respectfully, Senku, if we got 2, maybe we'd consider. I'd say we consider it, but
I can barely afford 1 right now.
and let's just say for example, put that big brain ears to work. Let's just say, hypothetical, we get one of those diamonds. We get a diamond of that cost, and we resurrect Genu with it. Then one of us dies,
And we can't get to them in time.
and yeah, now it's one of those things you save for a rainy day. Well, the hypothetical, that rainy day's here, and we don't have it because we used it bringing back someone else.
hate not being able to save our friends. If that's Genu, then I'm about ready to get Min-South to start a one-man war on all Mind Flayers. Except for Min-South, of course, because Min-South is cool.
Well, we can agree with that, at the very least.
But if that Elder Brain hijacked Genu, well then, I will spare no power in terms of spell slots in kicking that Elder Brain's ass.
Well, first off, once again, we would have to find it, and I don't want to go where we're pretty sure it is.
Do you?
Right, let's try and figure.
Nestor shrugs, and he looks due west, and he says, "I think it's time we set our sights on a little heist mission, or at the very least, infiltration mission."
I agree. I think we should visit
Does this
mountain.
place know what
The mountains
is?
still got the pickaxes, the mining.
Is there anyone who knows where a silver dragon's lair might be?
Nestor narrows his eyes and gets a thin smile and says, "That's not exactly what I had in mind. I wasn't thinking silver. I was thinking more blue."
Exercise widens. Not thinking what I'm thinking.
Just like Nestor nods and says, "Oh, I'm thinking it."
Well, then I guess we've got a heist to perform. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to rob the Thunder Sneezer blind.
Nestor and
We're not the most quietest.
Nistor again smiles and says, I was thinking a little bit more specific.
Oh? What you have in mind?
A certain key artifact within that treasure.
Yes, as we originally were planning.
The Omni-Essential Matrix.
Exactly.
Very well, then. Guess we're getting ready to kick some butt. Senku grins and basically readies himself. Guess it's time to...
The guard captain walks over to you and says, well, I'm assuming you guys have been talking in hushed.
Mhm.
But the guard captain walks over and says, well, I don't know what it is you're planning, but I believe during the feast we're now going to have in your honor tonight for saving Tistin proper from a dragon. I believe you deserve. I believe, and the board of directors also agree that there needs to be a bit of a celebration for you. And you're planning a state dinner anyway. It's just a matter of changing the guests of honor to U6. But there will be other dignitaries around. I believe Queen Mira and her vizier will be here.
Man, it's been a while since I talked to him. Senku grins and says, it's been a while since we talked to those guys, huh?
Indeed.
Yep.
Well, and perhaps we can discuss over dinner some reward for your heroic actions here today.
Senku just blushes a bit as he's basically thinking, oh boy.
And a familiar voice almost shrieks and says, oh my, what in the god's name happened here?
Senku turns
Elder
around.
Brain took over a dragon, and we had to fight the dragon. The dragon made turned 8 people into mind flayers, and we had to deal with those. A lot has happened.
Oh, and we dealt with the temporary brine pool.
This you turn and say, as you say this, you turn, you see Luvia Bloodmire
Uh,
in like
hello?
gloved hand in front of her mouth, eyes wide with shock.
Hi.
She does a very formal curtsy.
Out of respect to next play pal.
Same.
She walks up to you and says, "Well, seems like we missed quite the battle. I was
A little understatement. Yeah.
And she looks you over and says, "You don't require medical attention, do you?"
We're all good.
Not really.
She actually lowers her head and says, "That is a terrible shame.
Brings you
So-
over here.
She smiles and says, "Business, and business is good."
Type of business.
Her eyes narrow a little bit. And she says, "Augmentation." And she says it, her eyes narrow, and she says it very hesitantly.
Oxer's eyes are gonna narrow a bit. Love augmenting.
An example. An elven woman was born with a birth defect. She did not have a left arm. So she paid me the appropriate money, and I gave her one.
A real arm? Abomination.
Well, what do you define as real?
Like an arm that actually fits to the creature.
Or a
Like-
prosthesis.
I mean, it wasn't. She recoils just a little bit and says, "I mean, it wasn't a perfect fit, but it was close."
I think she's, in this case, talking about a prosthesis.
If it's that, that's fine.
And she looks at you, Senku, and says, "I'm not familiar with that term." I mean,
Is it like a like, I think he's talking about like some kind of contraction that like
I mean, it was from an orc.
There's a loud double facepalm. Whack!
you guys are not learning from your lessons, huh?
She shrugs and says, I'm putting my skills and talents to good use."
Yes, in this case, what we're talking about is a transplant.
Yes, I'm wrong type of transplant. making you about emissions. It happened.
Oh no, nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. Just helping people in the best way I can.
I
Without the new,
medically
in
and scientifically, and you need to change up procedures a little bit.
she shrugs and says the procedures are working perfectly.
Max is just trying to wrap his head around, like how Senku would, like an actual, like, device or something.
She leans to the side and says, "You, elf,
I think she's talking to you.
Yes.
wouldn't you be able to see much better if I were to, as they say, transplant a pair of eagle's eyes?"
There we go again.
Senku just basically there's a sort of I could just make an infusion for that. Like
I
in
am
his
not.
head.
I am not making. I'm not making surgical. I'm not making surgical abominations. I am augmenting people in very singular and specific ways as a service for necessary payment. According to Norlayan law, I am doing nothing wrong.
Some of that, there's some right to it. There's like a lot of wrong to it as well.
I mean, the pieces come off. The pieces are coming from. First off, the pieces are coming from the deceased. Second off, they are coming from the deceased who were either criminals or have willingly before death permitted it.
Oh, I think I see where she's. I think I see where she's going here. They're coming from.
Don't, but at least change.
And then Senku explains.
Master,
I believe.
Then she pipes again, Master Archer. Perhaps even instead of eagle eyes, how about owl eyes? Those would retain your dark vision.
I'm sure, like, palm is sigh.
She nods and says, very well.
Yes, I believe what Luvia here, what Mrs. Bloodmeyer was getting at was people who have either been executed as criminals or who have, quote, donated their bodies to science.
I like that term. I like that term. No. No more are the days when I perform willy-nilly experiments for the sake of it. Now, I perform very specific procedures for those who pay me for it.
Yes, you.
I am not above.
Little respect.
And I am not above And one of the gnomes chafes when she says this. I am not above performing my duties for people who are in desperate need. Now, with that, there is and at this point, one of the gnomes walks over and like taps her just above the waist. She says, "Excuse me." She bends down, and you hear whispering. Everyone who wants to can make me a perception check.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be a 33.
Okay.
Let me get my.
That'll be a 25.
Send
Perrin here. Ooh.
The DC
Oh my
was
goodness. That's another 20. Good grief.
so 26.
Net 20?
So that's basically 32.
Okay, all of you hear that.
Okay.
You hear the gnome whisper, "Madam, that is a state contract, and you are not allowed to divulge state secrets." And she stands up, and she curtsies a bit and says, "Please forgive me for stopping short, but that is not an item that I am opened to discuss for legal reasons."
Well, as long as you're not experimenting willy-nilly.
Oh, heavens no.
Well, glad you
Your
guys changed your.
let's just say your display of power, shall we say, scared us out of that business.
Well, we're glad that you ways trying to do good. Sure, the rest of the party happy.
So then she smiles, curtsies again, and says, "Well, I was here to do shopping, but
Yeah, they're
we're closed to everyone but them." So she turns.
Yeah, what he said.
Says, "I assume you'll be at the state dinner tonight?"
Yeah.
Yes.
"I shall see you there."
All right.
All right.
Thanks, sir. Bow.
So does Senku.
Yeah,
And with
polite
that,
bow.
it is 2 a.m., so that's where we're going to end it.
I love how even Senku confused Luvia with, I think what she's talking about is a prosthesis.
Mind you, this is not like modern times. You can't be speaking all these big words.
The irony is, he can't. Senku
Yeah.
actually can. There is an infusion that essentially there is an infusion he can get that if he puts it on an armor, like a suit of armor, the armor will act like the armor will act like a prosthesis, like a prosthetic. The arm, if an arm is severed, and Artificer gets in this armor, uses it, they can use that arm as though they never lost it, or leg even. So that very much, in terms of being an artificer, is a thing.
Not sure
And then-
that. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not sure they'll call it that. D&D
Oh, no, absolutely not.
called something different.
I mean,
yeah, but Senku would probably know that term. It's a sort of facsimile of the real thing, but it's not, the real thing.
yeah. I mean, the term prosthesis,
I have no idea.
yeah. I mean, the term prosthesis is probably is probably a little far-fetched. Artificial limb would work better.
Yeah, something like that.
But in any case, I have so much. I was starting to feel a little burned out this afternoon, but I'm looking forward next week. I'm looking forward to the stuff you have going on next week. It'll be a welcome break from the cult stuff, and I have begun the seeding for the next really big event.
Also, Greek root of the word prosthetic is prosthesthani, or addition, and an early meaning of that which is added to the body. So,
Still, it's D&D, buddy.
I mean, it could be from another language.
and Senku just couldn't remember the correct pronunciation, so he just went with the closest approximation, prosthesis.
But there is no Greek in as far as I know.
No, but
It's very rare for anything modern Indian, as far as I know.
I mean, hell, the gnomes, one of Senku's languages is, I think, Gnomish. Or, yeah, let me look at that. I'm going to look at that.
I'll sleep on that. But in any case...
Persona... Yeah, one of my languages is Gnomish.
Okay, I'll sleep on that. I'm not sure I'm going to say yes or no to it, but either way, this is where we're going to end it. That fight, I was so sure I was going to kill somebody tonight.
Oh, we were rocking everything.
Yeah. I mean, that dragon had 762 hit points, an armor class of 23. It could deal either 5d8 plus 20 or 4d6 plus 20. Had a 5d6 sneak attack. I gave it rogue levels.
Like 3.
Specifically Soul Knife to do the psionic stuff. It was a challenge 24 dragon.
And we just rolled right over it.
4 CRs higher than you guys are. But
it didn't help that multiple times they rolled horribly when I did a couple of the spells.
Things that probably would have gone down faster.
Plus all the
I had a
crits.
crystal. Because I would have been like happy to burn crystal abilities on that.
I mean, that was a thing that if you didn't get rid of it, it was gonna lay some major damage down.
Oh, yeah.
And
It was
then
one of those-
Pippin comes along and deals, like, what? How much of its health?
600 something.
Yeah, he took most of it in a single round. That, with one round of my attacks, was enough to down it.
Yeah.
I put out some pretty good numbers as well, too.
Well, all of you do. It's a matter of I have to go absolutely bonkers just giving things hit points.
I still need like 4 more levels, but after that I can start being even more evil with damage because I can start doing something like, oh, here, have a level of the road.
Oh, how
have level 20
how dangerous if I just
Danger.
put up Rogue on Nyxor.
Honestly, you wouldn't be that dangerous. Rogue and
'Cause,
Druid don't synergize all that well.
I
say,
mean, I have high
if
dex.
you have some. The problem becomes if you do what I have, where you have an extra D8 on one attack, plus you have the extra D4. I think it is right now.
My
Plus
dex is
the
pretty
dex-
high. And
Plus that sneak attack. Plus
Plus
makes
the
so
sneak attack.
fires on anything that goes before or goes after me. That would be disgusting.
Indeed.
Are there any classes that synergize with Artificer well?
Wizard first. Wizard is the first one that comes to mind.
I'd say technically it depends on how you want to play. You could go into another caster, or you could go into a martial class fairly easily.
I actually think Nyxor would be most dangerous if I add like, a monk level.
You wouldn't get too much out of monk level, say.
What about Bard?
Or I already
Bard would be very good if you just want to do a lot, and I mean an absolute ton of buffing.
As far as
or fighter level, something like that.
so here's what I would say. The 3 best as far as beyond level 20, because now we have to start entertaining that. The 3 best classes for Nyxor, I would say Cleric would be disgusting.
Yeah. Healing
Fighter?
as well as other stuff.
Fighter,
Yes.
Fighter would be also disgusting.
Oh yeah, because mini attacks.
Also Barbarian.
Oh, because Nyxor's like one of the strongest around. Oh,
That, and you add your Constitution to your AC.
Oh!
Having said that, believe it or not, I'm going to disagree with Pat here and give honorable mention. I think Monk would synergize very well.
Well, I said monk would not work well for me.
Oh, okay. So honorable mention would go to Monk because the key pool would give you, well, first off, you add your wisdom to your AC, which is even higher than your Constitution.
Actually, they're both the same.
Okay.
They're both 22 plus 6.
So you get your wisdom to your armor class, and your wisdom is more likely to be raised higher. So besides that, the patient defense ability, letting you just as a bonus action dodge, so everything coming at you has disadvantage.
Oh yes.
That would be absurd too.
That is pretty absurd, to say nothing of the extra speed and the ability to, like, just martial arts in general is pretty crazy. Especially if you were to go Way of the Ascendant Dragon Monk,
Oh.
because that would synergize well with your breath weapon.
You just gave me a nasty thought. My AC with that bonus action dodge.
Oh yeah.
That'd be the one of the big things I'd be able to take advantage of.
Now,
Like the wisdom to AC, no. So I
The-
believe that you have no armor.
yep, the 3 best classes I think for Senku to branch out to. First off, straight up wizard. Wizard would be disgusting. Second off, start rounding out your combat ability by going fighter, specifically the Eldritch Knight.
Or casting plus the fighter bonus.
Yeah. And because here's the thing, you like continuing with your spellcasting progression, like you will continue to get, you will benefit from getting additional spells. Like you will still keep getting spells until you get 9th level spells.
Wait. If I go for wizard,
Or Eldritch Knight. But Eldritch Knight, the fighter class Eldritch Knight, still continues your spellcasting progression, gives you lots of melee options, and gives you action surge.
Yep.
Action surge is the most powerful ability in the game as far as I'm concerned.
I say, trust me, I wish I had more levels in fighter because I would love to have the extra actions.
Like, it's so powerful. My my custom 9th level spell gives it. I used a 9th level spell to get that ability.
okay, then Eldritch Knight will be really awesome once I get to there.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
all you have
third
to
option?
do is, in that case, be 3 levels of fighter to get there, which gives you that action. It gives you the second.
Actually, fighter, you get action surge at level 2.
Yeah, but again, you have to get 3rd level in order to get the Eldritch Knight.
That's true.
So you already have the action surge in second wind by them. So it's a little slow to get to that progression, but at the same time, you get the good bonuses before you get there.
Yep. The third option, if you want to keep going down the support route, would be Bard. Now,
Bards make amazing support cast.
especially if you went like the college, the Valor or Swords Bard, because they ultimately also get extra attack.
Oh
So
god.
you could actually very easily round out your you could very easily supplement your artificer, your support stuff from an artificer with Bard combat. Be extremely well versed, not to mention the fact that you could just partway down the line for Bard, you can just choose, I think it's 2 skills to get expertise in.
Oh god, I could choose 2 skills?
Yeah.
Like, not even just having to worry about proficiency, just straight up expertise?
I think they have to be something you're already proficient in.
I believe so as well, but yeah, they do get the expertise.
Oh Christ, which would
Okay,
mean...
looking at it, proficiency.
Well, because he's multi-classing into it, he would not get the skill. He would not get the extra proficiencies or whatnot, but he would get expertise, which I think they get at like 3rd level or something.
Yep, 3rd level expertise.
Oh man.
Choose 2 of your skill proficiencies. Your proficiency bonus is doubled. And
If
top
I
roll,
put-
you get another 2.
If I put those into history and insight, then that would basically be all my intelligence skills freaking maxed.
Yeah. Now, I gave Thunder 4. I'm going to give you 4 as well. I would straight up go out and say, as far as a 4th class, this is going to sound unorthodox, but I would go out and say Blood Hunter.
Or
No, for Junkyard.
Blood Hunter?
Yes. Specifically, the Order of the Mutant.
Order of the Mutant?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because there is a thing the Order of the Mutant gets. They get mutagen craft, so you can create this weird formula and drink it. Most of them last all day, although you can choose to end them as a short. You can choose to end them and take others in on a short rest. But there is a specific, the formulas have specific benefits and detriments. Now, the very specific formula that would make this utterly incredible for you is sagacity, and you would get this at 3rd level. If you drink it for the whole day, your intelligence score increases by 3, as does the maximum.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me that if I were to drink this, my intelligence would go up to a bonkers a +7?
No, your intelligence is 22. Yeah, it would be +7. You're right.
Oh my god.
And here's the thing. I don't see us progressing that far, but if we were to hypothetically, once you hit 11th level in Blood Hunter, it goes up to 4, and at 18th level, it goes up to 5.
So, hypothetically, I could end up with a +8 intel.
Well, that's on top of the additional ability score increases that are going to happen once we reach epic levels. But there is a downside. You have disadvantage on charisma saving throws.
Charisma's my dump stat anyway.
All the more reason not to have disadvantage on them.
But all the more reason to not be dealing with that.
But beyond that, like, there are, and that's just one of many different formulas you can have. For instance, there's one that's called potency, which does the same thing as intelligence for your strength. There's rapidity, which will give you an extra 10 feet of move speed. And this is a good one. Rapidity is a good one. Your speed increases by 10 feet. However, you have disadvantage on intelligence checks, which does not hurt you as bad as you think, because your intelligence checks are already insane.
Yeah, I would suffer more from that than you would, even though I would love the extra speed.
And that's just the base stuff. Like, the actual Blood Hunter class would let you receive just a little bit of damage, and you can charge your weapon with additional elemental energy. So,
wow.
and you get extra attack right out, straight out the. Well, not straight out the gate, but as bog standard at 5th level, you'd get extra attack.
Oh,
Overall, I think Wizard is far and above
everything
your
else.
far and above your best bet. Close second though, is the Blood Hunter. Fighter would be third, and Bard is fourth, because now you're talking about needing charisma as well as intelligence. Eldritch Knight, Blood Hunter, and Wizard are already intelligence based.
Yeah, and Wizard is by far the best of them.
Especially if you look at the blade singing school.
Oh, that is nasty. What is blade singing?
So the blade singing school. Give me a second. On top of the wizard spells, you get some ability to fight. Blade singing. Second level, or actually, second level, you gain proficiency in performance if you don't already have it. And this doesn't apply to you. You get proficiency with light armor and one melee weapon of your choice. Now, at second level, you also get Blade Song, which you can use. You can't use it if you're you can't use it if you're wearing medium or heavy armor or using a shield.
Studded leather isn't medium armor, though.
Studded leather is light, that is correct. It lasts for a minute, ends if you're incapacitated. Or if you use 2 hands to attack with a weapon. Fortunately, you can one-hand Principal Forge. While the Blade Song is active, you gain the following benefits. Your walking speed increases by 10 feet. You have advantage on acrobatics checks. You add your intelligence modifier to saving throws to maintain concentration.
Oh, wow. So that would be...
I'm not done. You gain an AC bonus equal to your intelligence modifier.
Oh!
With grief.
Now, at 6th level, you get extra attack.
Good grief!
Here's the kicker. This is better than any other extra attack. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can cast one of your cantrips in place of those attacks.
Okay.
In other words, one attack with a hammer, another attack booming blade.
Or, theoretically, 8 uses of Eldritch Blast.
No.
It says 1.
Well, no, I get 4 beams of Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, no, it says 1. So
one
you
attack
get 4 blasts of Eldritch Blast and then something else.
And then a melee attack.
Or
Actually,
booming. What?
Yeah. Actually, it doesn't say a melee attack. You can. So, if you were going ranged, you could fire an Eldritch Blast and use a crossbow.
That's insane.
The better option is, again, to use the Booming Blade cantrip or Green Flame Blade and hit once with your hammer, and then hit once with the Booming Blade.
Ouch! And I could just apply that to my hammer.
Yep.
So, bonk, cantrip, bonk.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's ballsy.
Yeah. So, Blade Singer, far and above the best choice. Following closely behind that I think, is Blood Hunter for the high intelligence boost.
But yeah, the whole add your intelligence to your armor class.
Yep. But you can only use it a number of times per day equal to your intelligence, equal to your proficiency bonus. So it's not like, well, that's pretty much constantly active at this point anyway. But that is number 1 is Blade Singer. Number 2, I still have to say Blood Hunter for the just instant intelligence boost. Very close behind it in number 3 is Eldritch Knight, A for the extra ability score increases, B for the continued spell casting. And lastly would be Bard. Those are the 4 for you. For Nyxor, I would again say Monk, Barbarian, Cleric, and Fighter are my 4.
Nice.
Specifically to round out your AC and your AC and your defensive capabilities. And
Cleric will be great for healing.
Cleric would be great for healing and an expanded spell suite. Because clerics can get some pretty ballsy spells. Like, and if you're open to it, Perrin, I'd like to pitch a few, or if you're open to it, Pat, I can pitch a few suggestions to you. Straight up, for you, I think Fighter is the obvious one.
Yeah.
Especially if you wanted to go like Echo Knight.
I'd be heading out, guys. See ya.
Take care.
Yeah. And actually I already have 3 fighter levels.
Okay. Well, continuing Fighter. Monk for the patient defense, especially if you go away of the Kensai.
Yeah.
For your ranged attacks. I'm gonna offer an unorthodox suggestion. Instead of continuing with the archery, even out your archery with melee, because Paladin would be disgusting. just for virtue of the divine smites. You know.
Oh
Paladin,
god, that would be.
Yeah, it would be absolutely disgusting. You would put out more damage than Nestor does when he does the Transcendent Strike, and you could be doing that far more regularly.
Yeah. You're just smite.
And what is the honorable mention would probably go to the College of Whispers Bard. Although, what is your charisma?
Charisma,
Yeah,
14.
14. Okay. I thought it was higher.
No. It would be Nonari, and Nonari doesn't even have a 20, but still.
Then truth be known, honorable mention for you would be, I'm actually gonna say cleric,
Okay.
specifically war domain cleric.
Okay.
You get another extra attack as a bonus action a few times a day. The divine strike.
Yeah.
To say nothing of the continued spell casting progression.
Indeed, yeah.
Because I'm probably going to go a little ham and create a few epic, epic feats. So, but that's coming up, and this is definitely something that you should start thinking about.
Yeah.
Because I thought, I racked my brain long and hard over coming up with a potential 5 or 6 other levels of class features, and I just can't do it. I just can't.
Alright.
I just can't figure that out.
Fair enough.
Straight up, I will be continuing. I will be continuing with Paladin. Because I want the 6th level ability that adds my charisma modifier to my saves.
Fair enough.
And make no mistake, at some point, you will fight the ultimate save monster that has like enough levels of monk to get Diamond Soul, plus has I think it's 5 or 6 levels of Paladin to add its charisma. So it will have proficiency with all saves, add its charisma to all saves.
Good God.
Eh.
Think about the only other thing right now. Honestly, the best way if I wanted to just keep going with the AC would be to ditch armor and then go both monk and barbarian to get both modifiers, because then that's another +7.
It doesn't work that way. You can
Oh,
only
it does.
do one.
You can only do one.
Yep.
And if I really want to, it'd have to be getting con, because that's next highest stat. That's my second highest stat.
Okay.
All the wisdom's honorable mention there because it's only one away from being a +4. But then again, would that be beneficial to what do I have right now? Set leather +3? Probably not.
Well, that's right. You went the brute fighter. I forgot about that. Yeah, continuing with brute would be disgusting. I'm
Yeah.
not going to deny that.
The extra die on every attack.
Yeah. I apologize. I thought your wisdom was higher. So yeah, I'm going to revise my. I'm going to revise my picks.
So based on the choices I'm deciding between are, if I do dip into a third class, it would be rogue, most likely be rogue, solely to have that sneak attack for that extra punchiness. Everything else probably is going to be continuing fighter because that would be disgusting.
Yeah. Yep. I'm also gonna submit Order of the Mutant Blood Hunter to you because much as the sagacity, there is a rapidity mutagen that
Yep.
can apply to your decks. Xander is constantly using that.
Oh, yeah. See, honestly, 4 more levels of Brute would be disgusting on my saves.
Oh yeah.
I forgot that that's 7th level. Oh, you're asking me to make a deck save. Yeah, I can roll up to a 26 on the die.
Yep. So yeah, I would say Brute. I'm still gonna say Monk because patient defense, the
That would be
unarmored
amazing too.
patient defense, the speed bonus.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be almost as fast as Leafa if you go that route. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
fighter, monk, I think I think Blood Hunter potentially could be disgusting. And I would still probably also give an honorable mention to Paladin.
Okay.
Because again,
That's disgusting.
additional spells and the smite and the divine smite.
Yeah, and that would be disgusting.
Especially if you went like, say, Oath of Devotion, which is actually what Nestor is.
Okay.
You could. It takes an action to do it, but you end up adding your charisma. You end up adding your charisma modifier to attack rolls.
Okay.
And it's not like Hunter's Mark where you target one creature. It's you target the bow, or you target your weapon, and you add this, and it lasts for an entire minute.
Good grief. And it's not quite as long, but still.
But it will apply to everything.
Everything. Say Brute though, the reason I went Brute is because of that bonus damage. Then and say if we were to go far enough, I don't need the additional fighting style. I don't even know what I pick with 10th level if we were to get that far. If we were to get far enough, hey, I now get on crits, my level in my fighter level and damage on a crit on top of everything else.
Gonna hop off and probably play a little.
All right. Sleep well, Thunder.
Guys.
Yeah.
Bye, Pat.